Pyro. Mysterious, crazy, but most of all, frustrating. Many people think that Pyro takes no skill to play, and what they are referring to is WM1. WM1 is a term used when a Pyro runs at you doing nothing but holding M1 on their primary. This either falls down under the category of new players or players who can combo. Now you might be asking yourself, why am I making this video? Well, it's because I know how frustrating it is to die to a WM1. Ask any veteran TF2 player what they think about WM1, and I guarantee you most of them will say that it's pure cancer. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is talking about the 3 secondaries that I use on Pyro and the methods on using them correctly. And those 3 secondaries are the flare gun, shotgun, and detonator. Just a quick warning before I start with this. I am not a professional, but I am a pretty decent Pyro main, and these are just methods that I learned myself and helped me play the class better. Alright, let's go. Before I get into the weapons, I want to talk about air blasting. Most pyros do this mistake and rarely use their air blast. Air blasting can do a lot of things for you. For example, reflect projectiles, extinguish teammates, push enemies away, and increase your chances of survival. You might also see in these clips here, when I set my enemies on fire, I automatically air blast them. This just gives you more room to aim more clearly, because trust me, trying to shoot someone with a secondary in a close range is really hard. If you're having trouble reflecting projectiles, then I would recommend asking a friend to help you out. Just meet in 1v1 and tell him to shoot rockets or grenades at you. Once you feel like you've gotten the hang of reflecting, try going on a dodgeball server and put your reflecting to the test. Another thing that happens is people panic when they meet soldiers in 1v1 as a pyro, and you really shouldn't panic because that only messes up your timing for reflecting. Just calm down and focus on the rockets. If the soldier is refusing to fire rockets at you but is trying to get closer to you, then be careful. Soldiers often use this method to make you not react to their rockets fast enough. In this situation, use your air blast to push the soldier away from you and try to finish him off with a secondary. And instead of reflecting the rockets, try dodging them instead, because then the soldier is going to fire rockets at you randomly. Alright, now let's get into the secondary weapons. The flare gun is really powerful if you know how to use it. For those who don't know, the flare gun does crits on a burning target, meaning that you can pull off some really deadly combos. If you want to know how to use the flare gun, then you must be good in tracking the way your enemy is going and how high you should shoot your flare. For example, in this clip right here, I set the scout on fire and I correctly track where he is going, and BAM! He runs into my flare. I really hope that this clip shows what I'm trying to say. Another thing you can do is set your enemy on fire and air blast them into the air and try to hit an air shot. Because they're in the air, you limit their movement, which means you don't have to worry that much about tracking where they are going. It's a bit tricky to hit an air shot, but it's not hard, and it's also really satisfying. You can see me use this method in my other video, which you can watch by clicking on the card in the top right corner. If you find aiming flares a bit difficult, then don't worry, the shotgun has got you covered. The shotgun would be a better choice to pick when you're in shorter range, just because you can do more damage than the flare gun, and you can do more damage per second because the shotgun has 6 shells in one hold, unlike the flare gun which only has 1 flare per hold. It's also really good against other pyros because they can't do anything about hit scan weapons, and you can kill them faster than WM1ing if you hit all your shots. All around, the shotgun is one solid weapon to use on pyro. You can see it in these clips right here. And also, this applies to the panic attack and reserve shooter because those are all just shotguns, except the panic attack does do more damage and when you hit a meat shot. More often than not, you'll see the detonator as a mobility weapon for getting around the map and making higher jumps for the cost of some of your HP. But the detonator can also be used as a weapon, just like the flare gun. Although, unlike the flare gun, the detonator does mini crits instead of regular crits. It functions exactly like the flare gun, except it has a small blast radius, and you can detonate the flares once it's fired out using M2. Again, if you're having trouble aiming with the flare gun, the detonator is a great weapon to get used to the speed and timing of the flares, and hitting your shots more reliably because of the radius. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. I really hope that this helped because, like I said, I am not the best pyro main. This is just something I learned myself, and I really hope that I was able to help you and maybe some other new players who are trying to play pyro but don't know exactly how to. So yeah, and I'm also really sorry for the way I sound in this video. I know I stuttered a lot and I talked a bit weird. I'm still getting used to editing. Yeah, I literally got into editing like a couple days ago, and I'm finally like making up my scripts and and editing my voice lines and thumbnails and everything. So yeah, maybe you can understand where this all is coming from. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Please follow me on Twitch, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
Give me the pack and I might take that. She got a fatty, I might take that. Give me your addy, we pull